Welcome to Speakeasily versus the 80s. It's like the Speakeasily Hour Minute podcast, but it's just us talking about the schlockiest 80s flicks from our childhood that made us the trash hounds we are today. From teen sex farces to bloodthirsty puppet-based creature features, we'll be polluting your mind one movie at a time. You don't have to be an 80s kid to appreciate these objects they fart, but it certainly helps. I'm Odessa Lil, and I'm here with your, via the miracle of modern teleportation, with Klingon Vanna White and Shecky Davis Jr.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
All right, so, Shecky, you chose today's torture, which is 1985's Moving Violation.
Because it's
Why?
Why,
God? Why?
Because it's an awesome movie. And when I was just a young teen, I had dreams of driving a car. And then I saw this movie, and I was like, yes, this movie made me want to do two things. Be a cop and be one of the Murray brothers. Because, as you know, this was the one of the first and almost, I think, only movies, no, he's been in other movies, that the younger Murray brother of Bill Murray fame has been in. I cannot remember his name because it doesn't matter.
Murray.
What was his name?
John Murray.
Exactly. So
this
if you don't,
the John Murray vehicle.
Yes, this was the one that was supposed to make him a star, and it should have. The only problem was Bill Murray.
The script?
No, it wasn't the script. No, Bill Murray stole his younger brother's act, because if you watch the movie, the younger brother is doing Bill Murray, and if you notice, you know, it's like looking into like I'm sure Bill Murray was like looking into a mirror, you know, because the younger brother, being younger, was, I think, the one that set the tone for the Murrayisms that we are all have become accustomed to now. So I think if it hadn't been for Bill Murray stealing John Murray's, you know, shtick or panache, he would have been a star and not Bill Murray. That's all I'm saying.
That's so not true. None of that is true.
What do you mean?
It's okay.
I don't know. I thought he was horrible. I thought he had like all the bravado of someone with talent.
What?
It's true.
The movie is a time capsule. You can't,
It's true.
You can't, you know, look at the movie and think about it in today's, you know, terms. You know, it was 80s. It
like
was
good and bad.
It was it was a different time, you know. Yeah, but what is the movie about?
That's a good question.
I don't know, actually. I watched it. It's got a 50% tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's pretty good.
I know. I'm actually surprised.
See? People loved it. Well, 50% of the population loved it.
They love it because John Murray is a schmarmy motherfucker.
Schmarmy? How dare you?
He's totally schmarmy.
It was hard. His character was so unlikable, and it just seemed like he was probably even a more unlikable person.
Just in real life.
Yeah. You just hate him.
He had that smug, smarmy white dude look on his face all the time. I mean, maybe it's because culture has changed, but that we know to hate that look, but maybe it was expected at that time. Like, that was a look that you had to portray to be good, a good actor.
The cool white guy douche thing.
Yeah, like I don't have to follow.
Yeah,
I don't have to follow any of the rules, and I will still end up on top because I'm, you know, a hapless fool who happens to be just like too smart for everybody in the room.
Right.
I am just a smart ass, and that's my talent, and it's how I get through life. And it's how I avoid getting, you know, moving violations or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like any other person up against a judge and stuff would have been, you know, put in jail.
But, okay. Speaking of the judge, who was played by the fantastic and beautiful Sally Kellerman. You know,
I agree with that.
Who was the original Hot Lips.
I know. I loved her. I loved her in it. She was very fabulous.
But again, we must say, she was corrupt. And I think I think this was a movie about the everyman struggle against the man, because Stacy Keach's younger brother was in it too. I can't remember his name.
Struggle against your older, more talented sibling.
Yes! See, exactly. This was about the younger generation standing up to the older generation, because we had two younger brothers from famous families, in a fantastic movie that was overshadowed by their older brothers. I'm just saying, but Sally Kellerman, fantastic. She wore the best Dynasty outfits I ever seen under her robe. And she was just this 80s sex hound. Why was she the 80s sex hound?
She's the prototype for the cougar.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. And actually, oh, go ahead.
Oh, she broke the mold.
Yeah, she certainly did. So you're talking about James Keach, Stacy Keach's younger brother, right?
I love that you both have like notes and shit. I came completely unprepared with nothing. You
chose this movie, my friend.
And that's why.
I love the lady cop, actually, too. So, like, the women characters were really fun and funny. They were the most funny parts, I thought.
That's true.
I thought the women characters, except for, what's her name from Booze and Buddies? Oh my God. You know her name.
Oh, she's gone.
Yeah, she passed away. But all the women I thought were super strong in this movie. Except for her. For some reason, they casted her as kind of a hypochondriac or something. But I thought all the women in the in the movie were really strong. You noticed that? And I thought that was really cool.
Jennifer Tilly. Let's just get this out of the way.
I forgot she was in it. I wanted to block it out because like it tarnishes her.
But yeah, she's another sibling. This is the sibling movie. She's another famous sibling. So,
who is she related to?
Yeah, help us.
Meg Tilly.
Really? I never knew that.
Yeah, they come in a pair. All right.
Wow.
But Jennifer Tilly is her own thing.
This is true.
I had no idea.
So a frizzy-haired Jennifer Tilly plays a really very cool character because she's supposedly hot stuff, but she's also a rocket scientist.
Yeah.
I know. What was that about? I mean, it was cool, but I was like, she's a rocket scientist? Okay.
It was about the coolest thing in the movie is what it was about.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what happens in the movie? Okay, so what happens in the movie is our hero, our unsung hero, is driving. He's a small businessman, running his own company, beautifying the city of, I don't know what city they're in. I can't remember. It was some
Los Angeles.
Yeah, some rando city. And he's beautifies. His name's Dana, which is a great non-gender specific name. See, very
strong male name.
Very, very like ahead of its time with a non-gender specific name for our main character, our hero. And he's all he does is he's eating an apple, hits a bump, and the apple, bounces out of his hand, and it rolls into like on the foot of our evil, cop representing the man. And so he gets a ticket.
Played by James Keach.
And he gets a ticket and is sentenced to traffic school. And so all these different people come together at traffic school, and they have to fight this traffic school. But the evil Sally Kellerman, is this judge, and she has this evil plan to make them, fail traffic school because their cars are impounded, and they're gonna sell all their cars for a whopping $50,000.
Whoa!
I know. I mean, it's like, well, let's risk our lives and careers. I mean, for $50,000. I guess becoming a lawyer and going to law school didn't cost that much.
Yeah, she just wants to do this to pay off her student loan.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm not the only one that was like, you're all doing this for $50,000. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
But what's $50,000 in today's money?
A lot, I guess.
Like 60?
It's $1 million.
So $50,000 in 1985 today. I love the internet. It is worth Inflation calculator.
1 million.
I love it. Inflation calculator. You actually have one? That is so cool.
Yeah, you can look it up online. I love it. Especially when you're watching old movies from the 40s and stuff.
It's 116,000.
There you go.
Okay.
I mean, that's not bad.
Still a little piddly to pull off.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, actually, because if you want to do something for, a crime for $50,000, you wouldn't do it against such a large base of, victims.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
If I was going to do it, I would choose someone crazy who no one would believe, and just maybe one person.
Oh yeah, the whole theory of the less dead, like pick on victims that no one listens to.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
Yeah, that's just too dark. Too dark.
That is really
Speakeasily versus the 80s.
That's really sad.
The pragmatic view of crime.
Yes. See, if I was going to do it,
You certainly wouldn't rip off a young white guy
named Dana. Fuck that.
Who thought a lot of himself.
Yeah, right? He will outsmart you.
But they kind of but the evil police kind of walked into it though a couple times with some of the shit that they were doing. I mean, come on, with that scene with the car, and they were like, move your car, and he's like, why? Although he didn't tell him like it wasn't his car, so he did kind of lie by omission.
Yeah.
It's he's a trickster, Dana. He's like the classic
Loki.
Trickster. He's a Loki.
Yeah.
He just kind of comes in and creates chaos and comes out on top.
With his smarmy little smile.
Yeah, and you see this character over and over in the 80s in these movies.
Yeah, what was it? Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but he managed to be likable.
He was adorable.
Yeah.
He really was. I love me some Ferris Bueller.
So adorable.
John Murray, not so much.
So, just so you know, listeners, we will not be reviewing Ferris Bueller because that's a good movie. So it does not fall in the category of the movies that we are trying to do. So, if you're waiting for that movie, sorry.
Yes, but we are open to suggestions, and you can give us suggestions. Probably Facebook would be the easiest way. Just go to Facebook, Speakeasily, Hour Minute Podcast, join our group, and you can start yelling at us in there.
Yeah. So what was one of, so both of you didn't, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that both of you did not like the movie.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
Because I'll watch
there are likable
anything.
parts.
I'll watch anything. I love it.
I will watch fucking anything.
I will watch paint dry,
I will watch parts of anything.
Okay. So having said that, what did you like about the movie?
I thought that James Keach looked kind of like a Tom-of-Finland painting the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of interesting that he had these two gorgeous women like all over him, because it was pretty obvious to me that he belonged in the Tom-of-Finland world.
Yes.
Yeah, I was getting that. And then did you notice his eye twitched? Like he would,
when he would get angry?
Yeah, his eye would just like twitch, and it was so weird.
That is
so hot.
Character building as far as an actor. You want to have stuff like that, It's
so hot.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely like. I really, when I saw him doing that, actually, Desmond, sorry, actually, Shecky, you pointed that out when we were watching the movie all together in my basement. You pointed that out
from the window.
Like, yeah, it's true. You were outside looking in,
laying on your stomach, with your head hanging in because of the restraining order that's still in effect.
Yeah, so you had to be a certain number of feet away from Klingon. But that makes it hard for us to watch movies together. But I think we're working it out.
Yeah, we got the popcorn feed bag on him. Okay,
it's true.
Wow.
And you
can't use your hands.
Right. Wait, why is that?
Because he's laying on his stomach with his head through the basement window.
We kind of agreed that as long as like my hands and only 90% of my body was still outside of the restraining order zone, it was okay.
Okay, it is your hands that's the problem. So,
yeah. So as long as my hands were outside, it was okay. So
Yeah.
it
Okay.
worked.
So the feedback, and you were still able to like yell just sort of like witty observations through the window.
So it worked.
Nice. Yes, it worked. And it was kind of nice because, you know, Klingon's living in my sub basement now. And I just kind of threw a rope ladder over the side and she climbed up. And we all sat on the couch and you looked in through the window. It was like a really nice family moment.
Yeah, it was really wonderful when your mom made us peanut butter and jelly sandwiches too.
It's true, yeah. And I didn't even point out that she made them out of shoes. You know, it's just like, let her do what she will. I think she's helping.
I was fine with it.
Yeah. You just have to just sort of lick the peanut butter off the sole. And, so where were we? Oh, yeah. So Hank, the cop, James Keach, and his twitchy eye. You know, the whole movie had an air of like second choice as far as these actors went.
Oh my gosh, you're so true.
Right? And but he really did his best with that role. And things get a little wild. Things go in the BDSM department, don't they?
I loved it.
That was so 80s.
Yes.
Kinky. I loved it.
They you gotta bring out the kink. There's a little kink shaming involved. There's actually a point in the movie when all the moving violations crew, everyone that's in traffic school, is looking through the window at him in this BDSM scenario.
Yeah, they're watching it, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Just like we are, yeah.
I mean, they just when did they do 9 to 5? You know, there was a whole BDSM thing.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, or it was on like a little, trainer. They did it in 1980. So this one movie came in 1985. So it was like kind of a thing to like humiliate, I guess, guys and S&M things. Well, yeah, it was like mainstream, I guess, and everybody was just trying that S&M thing on for size. Like, this is really fun.
It got kind of hip in the 70s. So late 70s. So it was still kind of like in the current of, mainstream at this point, people talking about this stuff, trying their kink out in public.
And they're like, oh, that was funny in 9 to 5. Let's do it in this movie too.
Right. It's hilarious.
So funny.
I enjoyed it.
Sally Kellerman's outfit.
Oh, all her outfits. Oh my God. Yeah, but that's right. She's got like a dominatrix costume on.
Uh-huh.
Fuck. Everybody, this is so important. Just search, if you can't watch this movie, search Sally Kellerman and Moving Violations, just so you can see her in this dom outfit.
She has an amazing body.
Yeah.
And she literally, this woman looks the same today now.
It's amazing, isn't it? She's 82 right now.
I'm like looking at her up right now, and she's just gorgeous.
Some people just don't age,
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, if you can afford a, team of experts.
I want to bathe in the virgin's blood she's bathing in.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not in this group.
Okay, so she was born in 1937, and this was 85. So how old was she there?
I can't do math.
I can't do math. Math is hard.
Let's see. 85, 37. She was 48 years old.
Oh my God. She's my new Joan Rivers.
Jesus.
48. Gorgeous in this movie.
Bitch.
Love it.
That was before, like all the drugs that I take to try to stay beautiful.
This bitch is just doing it.
She just rode that menopause pony all the way out and was just like, screw it. I'm doing this thing. Whereas I'm just like, this is hard. I'm going to take HRT.
Oh, is that
a Klingon HRT?
Are those from Space Sheep?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay.
But no, it's not really from space animals. It's from space vegetables.
Oh, Oh, so maybe I could do this. Do I want to do this?
Space yams. Yeah, you probably do.
I want space yams.
Let's all do it. And then pretty soon we'll look like toddlers. Hot, sexy toddlers coming at you.
Yuck.
Okay. You are super gross.
Yuck.
Yeah. Feel free to edit that out. All right.
This is the show where we say anything that is on our mind.
So it's totally different than the other one.
It's like Tourette's.
Yeah, this is Tourette's Hour with Klingon Vanna White.
Just because you think it doesn't mean it should be said.
That's true.
That's a new concept for me, so be patient. So back to the movie. Did we mention Fred Willard's in this?
No, we didn't.
Totally forgot. Yeah. See, like all the people that I like, I forgot were in it. Jennifer Tilly and Fred Willard. I can't, like, I blocked it out. Although I love Sally Kellerman but she just looked amazing. And I love the lady cop too, actually, who's still acting, and literally she's more beautiful now than she was then.
Wow. This is
I went down a rabbit hole and just started researching her. I was just like, this woman is hilarious and she's amazing. And what the hell does she do? Is she one of those people that just dropped off the face of the earth? No, she just kept working her entire career, and now she looks even more beautiful.
Is this Nadine Vandervelde? Is that actress?
Yeah,
she's this beautiful butch in this movie. Yeah. She plays the cop's partner and also partner.
Yeah.
And it's a little sad that he cheats on her, but she goes ape shit and gets revenge, and it's awesome.
But it's so funny because that was the look. Everybody was hot and butch, no matter what you were in the 80s. I was really being edgy by just growing my hair very, very, very long.
Oh, he's a rebel.
Yeah. But
so
no, it's not Nadine Vandervelde.
Oh, I guess sorry.
Let me find the cop.
So while you're doing that, we're not going to talk about the statutory rape that was happening in this movie.
I forgot about that. Lisa Hart Carroll.
Oh, yeah, that's her.
She is freaking gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Deputy Virginia Morris. Okay, so what did she go on to do?
Oh, she stopped working in 2005, it looks like. Just different films and stuff. Like Day of Miracles, AJ's Wife, Blonde Number 1, Mrs. John.
She did not do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she didn't. I was wrong. I was erroneous, but she's still very gorgeous. I think
your erroneous zone.
I totally went into my erroneous zone. So hot.
Oh, she was in Terms of Endearment.
That's great.
10 Best Supporting Actors for the role of Patsy. Nomination, I guess. She's probably just married and rich now.
We can hope so.
I want to be married and rich.
Me too. Or just rich. I don't need the married part.
Yeah.
So this film was directed by Neil Israel, who his other movies are probably a lot more well known and perhaps better.
Wow.
You might know him because of Real Genius. And Police Academy, Bachelor Party, that would be a good one to do.
All horrible movies compared to this movie. Just terrible, terrible movies. Don't watch them, they're bad.
And it just, there's choices as a director, like choices he made that are really interesting in this movie.
What are they?
Yeah. Are there choices, or did he just sort of throw darts at a board?
There.
I think he was having fun.
Yeah, it does look like a party.
Yeah, it was all like, I want a crowd scene where there's a lot of people chasing and running down the street, and chasing people dressed up like S&M people.
And ducks. Yeah. And duck costumes.
Yeah.
And then we have to have a parade because 007, like James Bond, there's always a parade they have to crash through. So I want my movie to have a parade too that they can just crash through.
It's also like the hallmark of an 80s sex farce, is like the chaotic scene of a parade or a chase or, that kind of denouement of the movie where everyone's just running around like crazy.
Being chased, and then suddenly are like, oh, I can't, this is totally chaotic because I'm running into a parade.
Yeah, yep. Chaos
and now I have to act normal. Well, I'm just trying to get through this parade. And I'm part of the parade now.
Yeah, and they ran all over town. It was just like, stop running.
Well, they had to have the chase because they were revealing their evil plan. The students are revealing the evil plan, and they're going to get him. So they're going to get justice.
Oh, and I love how they had to do their justice, but they had to steal a paper binder because they, not a computer or not like get access or hack anything.
Right, files on a disc. Yeah. No. It's a binder.
Yeah, paper binder.
Because they wrote down their evil plans.
Yeah, in a ledger book.
So I know, Shecky, you know this story, so maybe you should tell it. But what was behind the whole concept of the movie?
Oh, so Neil Israel basically went to traffic school, and and he was pretty big in movie industry, because he's Jewish, and he was like, okay, and
it doesn't work that way. What am I doing in a fucking Fresno basement?
So he basically what happened was he went to traffic school and he got this idea because people who make movies get ideas all the time, and he went to his friend of his producer and was just like, hey, why don't we do a movie about traffic school? And they were like, okay, and so they did, and they went and they interviewed all these different people who went to traffic school to get their their research and whatnot. And they found that it was super, super boring. The stories that they told were super boring. And so they were like, well, we're just going to make everything up. And so everything in the movie is completely fabricated. It's not, they don't take anything from anybody to make the movie, because real traffic school is just complete and utter shit, and it's boring. So the fact that they're even able to make a movie out of going to traffic school with a 50% Rotten Tomatoes review is like that is a miracle in itself. So I salute you, gentlemen.
Doesn't take much.
You know what? It really doesn't when you think about it.
No.
But one thing that I thought was very interesting though was so how I got this movie, which was interesting because the movie is really old, and so you can find it on various different platforms, but I could never find it. I just couldn't find it. And then I found a DVD copy of it on like Amazon, but it was like $40 or something. Outlandish.
What? No, yeah, it was it's an insult.
Yeah, it was like really expensive, and I'm like, why is it super expensive? And I was just like, okay, well, I'm not gonna buy that. And so I had a friend of mine who was, he's he basically downloads movies, not illegally, but illegally. And then he was like, and so he's like, I was hanging out with him, and one of my old friends that I met when I was in prison, and he's out, and so we were like. I was like, hey, can you find this movie for me? And he was like, sure, why not? So he found it. I was so happy like that he found it, and so we started downloading it. But it took literally like 2 or 3 days to download it because only one person was seeding it on the internet from like the Middle East somewhere. So somewhere in Iran or Pakistan, they fucking love this movie. Okay.
Wow. They're like, America is a wacky place.
Yep. So I was down. I was like, yes. So I finally got it. I brought it over, and we watched it, and it was amazing. I fucking loved it. Great movie, fantastic movie. Now, again, I mentioned this earlier, but can't we talk about the punk girl underage, and then the guy, and how like it was so interesting with their relationship, and how it was played for laughs, but it was pretty much statutory rape, and how
rape,
and how he became like how she basically kind of corrupted this poor Jewish boy and made him a punk. Did you see that? Like he met her, loved her, and she was all like, she had a sister, and she was her dad was like a teamster or some shit like that, and she was like, you know, you can't do this, or you can't be here, or my dad will kill you. And she wore a wig, and she was turning over all of her pictures from like all the punk pictures, and it was like Olivia Newton-John and all this other stuff.
That was a good gag.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny that in like nowadays you're kind of like, you know, okay, you know, it's okay. Back then it was okay to like show this to play this kind of romance for laughs, but now I don't think it would have worked out like that at all.
Yeah, the underage girl. Okay. You're right. That used to be funny. Like, oh, I forgot to mention I'm 15. You know, and then like, what? You know, so it's.
But then afterwards, he was still dating her. Like, I honestly believe that at the end, they were still dating. Like, I still believe that.
Yeah. She's a very mature 15-year-old.
Oh, my God.
No, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's problematic. We're going to come across a lot of problematic things on this show, okay? We're going to watch a lot of problematic movies.
So just FYI, folks.
Yeah, if you have a trigger around 15-year-old girls saying they're 18... where am I going with this? Just watch the movie. Yeah. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. We were all 15-year-old girls once, right, Shecky?
Yes, definitely. I still am.
I'm not me.
You're a 15-year-old Klingon at one point.
Yes. Came out as a 15-year-old Klingon.
But I love any movie that has punks in it from this time period, and then like involves turning someone into a punk.
Oh yeah, that was his big reveal. His yeah.
And you guys were so just like just disappointed with her hair. I love it. You're like,
yeah, her punk hair was very disappointing. It could have been way weirder.
Yeah, and then she was wearing a wig, and Vanna was like, her hair. So before the reveal, like she was like, there's something going on with her hair. What's wrong with her hair? Like something.
I could tell it was a wig.
Yeah, and then it was like, okay, sure. I just thought it was very funny. I was just like, okay.
Yeah. That was special. That was a special part of the movie. And then there's the soundtrack to this movie. There's the theme song by Nona Hendrix. And I think we'll throw in a little clip of that at some point in this podcast.
If we don't get copyright sued because, you know, people are...
Because people.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to be copywriting that song.
No one cares about.
They're going to be so thrilled that we even talked about it.
And then also we're assuming that people are listening to this right now, so there's a lot of assumptions going on right here. But apparently that soundtrack is out there in the world. Someone somewhere has a copy of it. It's got "I Can't Drive 55" by Sammy Hagar on it too.
Which is awesome.
Totally. What else about this movie? Oh, the other funny thing about this movie is that if you look up the trailer and watch the trailer, like there's scenes that aren't in the final movie in the trailer. I know that happens a lot, but it's always kind of funny to me. It's like way worse than showing all the good parts in a trailer. When you watch a trailer and you're like, oh, where's that? You're expecting one scene and you realize that's actually not in the movie.
I was expecting to be entertained.
Wow. Hey-oh.
But this was a lot of fun. I think the most fun thing about this movie was watching it all together.
Yes, it was pretty fun.
It was fun.
So
I think I definitely will rethink the, the restraining order. I talk good.
Yeah.
I talk good. Yes.
I would appreciate that. One thing I wanted to ask the fans of Speakeasily versus the 80s is would you all like to watch the movies with us that we're gonna do? So basically, if you want, we can post what movie we're gonna watch in our Facebook group. So you can join our Facebook group if you want. Maybe, I don't know. It's private, and you have to be okay with private things. But if we could like post the movie we're gonna watch, and then you could watch it because some of these movies you might not know.
It's an education.
Yeah, and then you can be more up to date about the movie, so you can actually understand what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, do you guys ever think that we could do a live show?
Yeah, we probably could.
I mean, I don't know if we could do a live show of watching the movie because then the sound of the movie would be in it, and there would be like bullshit with that. But
if anyone can help us figure that out, let us know. We need a lot of help.
We need so much help.
So true. So true. I mean, just look at the movie we chose.
That movie was awesome.
Well, thank you for picking it, actually. It was a lot of fun.
I mean, if you say so.
Any final thoughts?
Just that I still believe that John Murray is the unsung hero of the Murray clan. And I really wish him the best, and that he can kind of come out of living, of his family's shadow, because everyone else in that family is so much more talented than him. But did I say that? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. You let your guard down.
No, I don't believe that. I think because he might listen to this one day, and I think he's fine. I actually like the movie. Like, I watched it a lot on HBO when I was a kid. So, like, what am I going to
do? So fun.
Yeah, it's a special movie from your childhood.
Yes. So
I have one little factoid to throw in, actually. Don Cheadle is in this movie, and it's his first movie.
Oh, my God. Another one that I totally blocked out was in there. It's like these A-listers.
Yeah, just like a little cameo before he was anybody.
Yeah, now he's got that Marvel money. Right.
So, and I'd also just like to say that this movie had a tagline. That tagline was, "A crash course in traffic school."
Wow.
And this podcast, Speakeasily versus the 80s, is going to be a crash course in 80s schlocky films.
So, buckle up, I guess?
Buckle up!
Enjoy.
All right, thanks so much. Follow us, Speakeasily Hour Minute Podcast on Facebook. Join the group, the private group. Go to speakeasily.tv. And we'll be throwing these Speakeasily versus the 80s into our podcast stream to catch you with your pants down, so to speak. Your mental pants?
Your mental pants.
Catching you with your mental pants down.
Okay.
That's what's wrong with me today.
You have mental pants.
My mental pants. Where are my mental pants?
My mental pants are down.
Oh, I'm scared of the mental pants.
All right, everybody.
So, we appreciate you stopping by. Hello.
Strap on the old popcorn feed bag and join us next time for Speakeasily versus the 80s.
recognize, taken by brainwave, and I can't control my drive. Sometimes